like men that spend money on me and don't bother me. I don't like men that only spend money on me when they're in my presence. This guy just called me and asked me what I was doing tonight and if I wanted to go out. I don't have an issue with going out tonight. I'm dressed. I'm about to go out with my friends. My issue is he's only gonna spend money on me if he's there. Because he's always just trying to he's always like, are you hungry? Do you need anything? All this stuff. But if I ever say I'm hungry, he wants to pick me up and take me to dinner. Just send me the money. And it's the same thing for tonight. And I know that if he was to come, he would pay for everything and he'd make sure all my friends got home safe and he'd drive us everything. Even the guy that we're going out with, he would take care of him. But it's like, just send me the money and leave me alone.
Are you for real?
On the topic of money, as a woman, you have no business hunching on a man that cannot and will not help you financially if need be. I said what I said.
Finances is the number one issue in all relationships. It's like statistically proven, right? People divorce, people break up because of finances. It's always a touchy subject. Because money is so tied to emotions anyways, so it's going to be the number one subject. Falling in love with potential is the same as falling in love with lies. Like, I'm the kind of person, and a lot of women are, we want to see the proof in the pudding. Like, we can't go behind someone, we can't expect someone to be a masculine man, a leader, if he's not showing anything for us to follow.
Do you have any questions for him?
Do you trick?
Hey, turn the camera. Why'd you pop your balloon?
You ain't the one for me.
Bruh. Trick? It's really about money? Like money?
No, you're just not the one for me. I was just trying to get to know you, give you a fair chance, but you're just not the one for me.
Because of what? What did he say that turned you off?
That you're not a trick.
I want to say to the ladies, you're going to have to deal with this, because even though I'm saying it now, even though I joked about it on Cam Newton's show, this is what America is about to turn into.
There's 3 ways on how to get a trick. Just to be clear, a trick is different than a provider who fully provides. A trick is more so for gifts, trips, everyday expenses.
Men all over America, you should really listen to me, especially if you have something to lose. Marriage is the old model. Your relationships with most, I would say 80% of the women in America should be transactional.
Where are we finding the tricks from? I'm naturally from Miami, Broward area. I grew up around men who know, like, okay, I have to put in work. Finding men who know that they have to contribute and who have the means to contribute. First, definitely go to upscale places, nice restaurants, hotels, even nightclubs. I've met a trick or two at the club.
20% of the women in America are worth trying to build with, but the other 80%, you should have a totally transactional relationship with them.
First of all, ladies, don't ever be scared to ask for no money. Period. It's like, it's hard to say. I mean, it's just, we're women and we got first of all. But second of all, respectfully, you always gotta be cute about it though, you know? Like, you know, babe, I need some groceries. I wanna go shopping. Like, you gotta set it up. You don't just flat out and ask for it. You gotta set it up nice and cute.
If you are broke, you should not be dating. I'm not saying if you're broke, you're not worthy of love and happiness. You're just not worthy of me. You need to focus on yourself. Broke guys are usually the most insecure guys on the planet. It's not necessarily their fault at all. Because as a society, we have righted men and we have made their self-worth contingent on how much money they make or their profession. The broke men, they walk around with a chip on their shoulder. If you don't like your circumstances, try to do something about it. Don't be mad at everyone else.
We live in a parallel universe where something walks, talks, and quacks just like a duck, but somebody will look you dead in the eyes and say they're not a duck. Oh no, they're a lady looking to make a way in this world. Well, ma'am, a 304 is a 304 no matter what you say, whether you like me or not. Look yourself dead in the eyes and just go out there and say, why don't I just get out there, click my heels on the stroll, and sell me some cookie?
You are not a hero, but you are wearing a hero's uniform, I'll tell you that right now.
Sir, your credit card has been declined. Oh no.
Sir, your loan application has been denied.
But I don't understand. Huh? How did they get all of my info?
Greetings, you polite savages. You know, we gotta come to grips that this economy is gigajacked. And there's folks out there whose entire job is to sell, buy, and steal your information and trade it on the web like a busted bootleg stock market. It's a big game, it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
And a few years ago, I was in the Philippines on a business trip. And on the last day, 2 hours before our closing dinner, I found out that my bank account was totally wiped out. I had to make emergency calls home, get Western Union wired to me so I can actually complete the transaction. And if it could happen to me, it could definitely happen to you. And that's why we partnered with Aura, the sponsor of this stream. You see, Aura searches the web for your information, actively scrubs it, sends you alerts when you've been exposed, and offers a host of different electronic devices to help you control your finances. Use the link pinned in the description for a 2-week trial. And that's long enough for you to try the service and find out exactly what they have to offer you. We don't endorse many products here at the TIP Network. We are selective indeed, but trust me, it's better to have this and stop these issues before it starts than to be stranded out there trying to figure it out in real time. Sometimes you just don't want to handle the tip, you dig?
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Let's do the math.
Now you said the first one was...
Because we ain't got it confused.
Nails.
Yep.
Nails, that's $250.
Yep, $250 to $275.
All right, we'll take the low end, $250. And the hair is what, 4?
Hair, we taking the low end?
Yeah, take the low end.
Let's say $700 for the wig.
Okay.
$500 for the wig. It depends. $500 for the wig.
Okay.
$300 for the install.
What? That's different?
Yes, that does not come with the wig.
Okay.
These hairstylists want their money for the install. What else is a part of self-care day? Oh, beauty supplies. That's a store run by itself that cost about at least $300 for beauty supplies. When you go to the beauty supply store, every woman spends in between $200 to $300 at the beauty store. Everything's high.
Taking the low end, going to 200. Okay. Whew, it's getting up there. What else?
Restock.
Restock what?
Restock. Women go and do restocks on their self-care days. Restock whatever you need. Deodorant, perfumes.
So that's what, like $50?
No. Deodorants, perfumes, feminine care, all that stuff. That's gonna run you about $200.
Why do you want your own?
I'm gonna tell you why I want my own. Because nothing is forever.
So you
So hold on. He's gonna pay me weekly and I'm gonna save some money, whatever it is. And
I like that.
If he leaves me, I'm not out for that. Like,
But
you know what I mean? I got
put
credit
money
cards, I
back.
got
You put
things
money
that I
aside.
could pay my own with. Like, what do you mean?
So
I agree with her, but I feel like if you get with somebody, you should have all your together.
Yeah. Real quick. Let this discourse happen real quick, and then I'm gonna bring it to y'all.
Okay.
Just woosah. Go ahead.
So you think that it's okay for a woman to be a stay-at-home mom as long as she could plot her exit?
It's not plotting your exit. It's always making sure you straight.
That's the end. Yeah, but
Because y'all men are unpredictable.
Paying bills is a man's job. A man's job. A man's job. A man's job. Paying bills is a man's job. Paying bills is a man's job. Paying bills is a man's job. A man's job. A man's job. A man's job. A man's job.
If you just say and this is what I charge to with me, that is more respectable than trying to sound respectable but being in denial about who you are. That's like being a firefighter. You got a hose in your hand, you got the water going, and you saying, I'm a football player. I play football. No, you fight fires. What the you gotta? It just don't make no sense to me how people think they can create their own reality. I mean, you can create your own reality, but at least be man or woman enough to make a debatable claim that might be controversial, that people may disagree with or may agree with, and at least support it with some facts. I sell and then say, hey, because I can pay my bills, I can pay for wigs, and I can't take care of myself financially, so I need a man to do that. That's more respectable than making a complete fallacy statement that has no truth to it.
So you really are
Yes, she's a hoe.
So as a husband and a wife and the marriage, you unite as one. So if you're uniting as one and he's saying, look, I'm about to take care of everything that you need. You have you have a card, you are the authorized user of this card, etc., and all you have to do is take care of the home. Not all, but your job is to take care of the home. My job is to take care of the outside, right? That means he's not plotting for an exit. He's not He's not planning for you to leave. There's no intention in his mind to make a backup plan in case you don't do what you want to do and you decide to just bounce.
Okay.
So what happens is when we get to this conversation is like, why do men not want to be married, or why do men fear marriage, right? The answer is, this is the example, because if I go and I bust my behind and I provide and protect and I do everything for my wife, not my girlfriend, my wife, she's still thinking in the back of her head that this is a possibility, this is not going to work, and she wants to be okay when it doesn't.
Polite savages.
You don't make up for your sins in the church. You do it in the streets. You do it at home. The rest is and you know it.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. A lot of times when you're a man in modern day dating scene, it is 4th and 25 with 3 seconds on the clock, and you have to hit a Hail Mary just to succeed. And a lot of these ladies, they are looking for that money, that mean green, that scratch, that Skrilla, that paper, and they are not worried about how you feel. They'll come straight up and down and tell you, listen, if you ain't tricking, I ain't with it. And nowadays, these ladies, they have one thing in mind, and that's to get paid, laid, and made in the shade. And you are there to be their person to extrapolate riches from. You are an ATM machine. And if you don't live up to that, then they're out of there. But the question I want to ask these ladies is that if you're looking for a trick, then don't that make you a hoe? And a hoe is a hoe. And Willie D told me, let a hoe be a hoe. So when you get treated like a hoe, well, there you go. A lot of these ladies, they come with this mentality that they're going to get this money from a man, but don't understand that when you're getting the money from a man, then you may owe that man something that you don't want to pay in the end. You dig?
Bang, 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 bang. My name is Bucks, and I'm here to.
And you fools walking around looking like Akash Singh. You got you a dime, or at least a dime in your mind, but she's treating you like a simp and a fool every time. Well, here's the deal. She got with you because of the money. She didn't want to get with you for any other reason. She didn't like your personality. Yeah, you made her giggle every now and again, but you know, really in the end, she wanted to get dicked down by Brad, my friend. And it is what it is. You got to understand your position in life. So if you're walking around saying, oh, I'm so lucky to have this girl in my world, understand that it's probably a transactional relationship. And there's only one thing worse than a transactional relationship. It's a transactional relationship that you don't even know that you're in. Oh, you think you're winning, but you're really losing, my friend. And when that money's gone, she's gone in the wind.
A hoe who knows she a hoe who been a hoe understand a man more than any woman, lady. She done dealt with all the men. Certain women haven't dealt with all men. Ladies haven't dealt with all men because they have a type of men that they like, and they only date this type of men. A hoe don't have no type. She deal with all types of men. So she know how to deal with all men because she get to learn all types of men.
That's a whole nother level, bro.
And let's just break it down for the slow people in the back. If you meet somebody and she does everything you want to do, but everything that she does comes with a price, it's probably a transactional relationship. If every time she starts talking about a dude, she talks about, oh, these broke boys can't handle me, you're probably in a transactional relationship. If everything revolves around that mighty, mighty dollar, not just regular things, but everything, if you need to get her hair, nails done, and her maintenance, things that she should take care of herself, then you're probably in a transactional relationship. And my friend, if every time she reaches out to you, it's a tragedy, it's an emergency, she needs that money, you're not even in a transactional relationship. My guy, you're just that simp she got paying for stuff on the side. Damn.
Never give access to a man who isn't contributing to your life in some way, period. Men should always feel like they have to do something or contribute to earn something from you. Your time, your attention, a great conversation, seeing you for a second date. Start asking for small things, asking about your day and what you're doing. Oh, I'm at lunch, can you send me some lunch money? Gradually start asking for little things. 2 days or a day after the date, they should be sending you money for lunch. They want to actually want to date to this place. Be like, oh, I'd really like some cute shoes for our date.
And polite savages, don't fool yourself thinking ladies are just coming up to dudes boldly saying you're tricking. If they want it, they want it, but don't think they're going to be that transparent with their predicament. It's kind of like when ladies lie to guys with all this cabbage telling dudes, why don't you just say you wanted the draws and I may have just gave it to you, but now since you lied to me, you hurt my feelings. Well, the same thing is this. Men, we don't tell ladies that because we understand absolutely that 9 times out of 10, we ain't gonna get what we want in the end. And the ladies do the exact same thing. And that's when this whole transactional relationship comes in. That's why Corey said, treat it like it's a transaction. Old school Slick Rick, treat him like a prostitute. Because a lady, if she came out and told you that she was just in it for the money, 9 times out of 10, the man would either walk away or she knows he wouldn't treat her the way she wanted to be treated. Because these ladies want the world. They want princess treatment. But the transactional part has to be transactional, meaning that when they ask for it, you better get it. And if you don't got it, they're gone. And if you ain't hip to the game, then you're going to be the one with egg on your face with a whole lot of pain. But you know what they say in the end, no pain, no gain. And with these layoffs, economic downturns, uncertainties, oh yeah, them hey big head Texas coming. These ladies trying to spin the block. Winter is here. It's a cold, cold winter, but my dear, most of us just don't care. You see, men have wised up when you come back and you're talking about, hey, I want to spin the block. I want to talk to you. I miss you. It's like, ma'am, understand one thing. Since you made it transactional, I'm going to keep it transactional. That means you can't have the keys to the kingdom. You could just be a visitor and you might not even get the bed. You might just get the couch. Out. Made the bed, you gotta lay in it. And I know a lot of folks is gonna hurt your feelings, but if you're scared, go on and lace them boots up and walk in that snow, that deep snow, because winter is here. Walk all the way to your nearest church and down on that pew and say them prayers, my dear. You dig?
Most important thing for me, I'm a hard worker, and I want a woman that is also a hard worker too.
Okay. And Serena, why did you end up popping your balloon?
You said you wanted a hardworking woman, and I am not a hard worker. I don't want a job, so.
You look like a black Barbie doll.
Thank you.
I ain't got enough money to afford you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I go broke. And I'll have to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Got some pretty toes too. Yeah, nah.
And now I know y'all not gonna zoom in on the toes. Okay.
Boy, like a black Barbie.
Thank you for watching the TIP Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom.
We found true happiness.